Hey yo, what's going on guys? It's Mike Reed here. Welcome back to another toy review by yours truly. And this one's probably one of my most hyped up ones, at least for me personally. Today we're taking a look at Beyblade X! Yes! So this is it. This is Hasbro's Beyblade X. So I know I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but let me just take a moment to just say how excited I am that Beyblade X has finally released in the States. Sure, it's really hard to find this stuff right now, but I'm so happy I was able to find these and actually pick up some for review here. So what is Beyblade X? Well, this is the 4th generation of Beyblade. Yep. Since the original Beyblade, what was it, Bakuten Shoot came out in 2000? Yeah, so it's been a while, you know what I mean? And this is the newest generation. And this was revealed back, I believe, on, what was it, March 21st, or National Beyblade Day, of all things. And, of course, right away, I was super skeptical for Hasbro's Beyblade X, because knowing how they messed up Burst, I had every reason in the world to think they were going to mess up Beyblade X. But, thankfully, I have great news that Beyblade X is going to be... It's basically just the Karatomi stuff and Hasbro packaging. Hasbro, I love you. But anyway, at least right now. And hopefully, as long as they keep up that trend with this generation, Beyblade X is going to freaking shoot to the stars. So anyways, so today we're going to be taking a look at, evidently, one of the starters for this generation. So Sword Dran, or Dran Sword. But we also are going to take a look at the Sword Phoenix launcher set, which everybody says is one of the best sets to get early on for Hasbro. We also have this launcher here, or the winder. And then last but not least, we have the big old starter set. The Xtreme Battle Set. Yes! So we're going to be taking a look at all of this all in one video. So let's get right into things. And you know what? Let's start off small and work our way up to the big boys. So starting off, we have the Beyblade X winder launcher. Yes. So this is the official launcher for the 4th generation of Beyblade. So taking a better look at the box here, we have, of course, the Beyblade X logo up there, which, of course, Beyblade X stands for Beyblade Xtreme. And, of course, we have the Karatomi logo there, so that way you know this is quality. And it says here, get your gears in motion. Really cool text there. And I love the graphics for this. This is just really nice. And of course you get a CG render of the actual launcher itself, which of course says Beyblade X Winder Launcher on it. And then we have, of course, Winder Launcher text right there. Tournament grade. And, well, Hasbro and ages 8 and up. Right spin. And if we turn it to the side here, of course, we have the Beyblade X app, which, of course, there's, just like with Beyblade Burst, there are, at least for Hasbro, there are QR codes that you can scan on the products, so that way you can battle with the toys in-game. So that is great. And I've actually tested out the Beyblade X app myself, and it's actually pretty darn good. So highly recommend the app. Really good. Even though it is a mobile game, but still, it's a lot of fun. And the music's really good, too. You got the winder launcher there. Of course, you have the Let It Rip right spin. Beyblade X logo once again. And it includes one Beyblade X launcher. All right. So without further ado, let's crack into the goods. Using my scissors here. Just got to be very careful not to nick myself. There we go. Let's get this sucker open. All right. Come on. The goods. Okay. I'm going to have to go from this side, actually. Because this is the bigger side. There we go. Let me into the secrets. There we go. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Put the box over there. And we have, some instructions here. Beyblade X. Alright. See what it says here. Anything good? Yep. Teeth face center. Do not over tighten. And then you just launch. There you go. Okay. Very straightforward. Oh, on the back it actually gives you a look at the Xtreme Battle Set Stadium there. And you actually get how the battle system works as well. Very, very cool. So, alright. Let's go ahead and take a look at the launcher itself. And, ooh, wow, this is actually quite good plastic. So, very nice hard plastic for the launcher. Of course, right there it says Beyblade X Winder Launcher. Don't know if you guys can see that. Focus. Focus. There we go. If I zoom in on it a little bit. I get it now? Oh, there we go. Yeah, see it says right there, Beyblade X Winder Launcher. Very nice black, too, finish to this. We do get, of course, the ripcord here, which I'm probably going to have to get an iron to straighten this out. But it's very nice plastic. Got a nice little pull tab here. So it looks like you just line it up with the teeth there. And there you go. And then you just put your Beyblade on there and then let it rip. Oh, it even has like bearings in it. Isn't that right? Yeah, because I believe they said that has bearings in it too. Oh, that's lovely. Wow. Yeah, so really, really nice launcher. Ooh, and just like the burst ones, it actually has like the little color indicators on it too. And it looks like you could actually attach a grip to this as well. Now, of course, like with burst, they did actually release a, I believe it was, what's it called? Like a... It's like an electronic, like, tag or something. I forget what they call it. Like a bay logger. There we go, bay logger. I forget what they call it now, but it's essentially they did that. And it's like, okay, all it does is it links up to a Japan-only app, right? And it just counts your spin rotation and your strength or whatever. It's a nice little addition, but, you know, it's all right. So, but for the launcher itself, really, really nice. So... And in this video, we will in fact test it to see just how good it is, because I think going forward with these Beyblade X reviews, I'm actually going to do something that I wanted to do back when I did my burst reviews. But to be fair, burst battles were kind of boring, especially compared to what's coming with Beyblade X. So for future Beyblade X reviews, I will actually be showing them in battle. Hopefully you guys are excited for that, because the battles for Beyblade X, from what I've seen, are absolutely insane. Like, just over the top, just ridiculous. So hopefully you guys are excited for that, as I am. But anyhow, so that's basically that. Little launcher. So I'm going to do a quick jump cut, and then we'll take a look at Dran Sword. Alright guys, so now let's take a look at our Dran Sword here. Now you will notice the name is backwards with Sword Dran, which for Hasbro, for some reason, thankfully, unlike Burst, where they just completely butchered the names, with Beyblade X, the names are basically the same, but just reversed. The only one that's had a really major change is Night Shield and Hell Scythe. So those two, I believe, are now called Scythe Incendio and Helm Knight. Sadly, I don't have them for this review, but in the future, I should hopefully have those. But anyways, so taking a look at Sword Dran, he looks absolutely awesome. Now, funnily enough, I've thought for a while when this guy was revealed that he was going to be the main character Beyblade. But you'd be surprised. This is actually one of the side characters in the show, not the main character. I know, hard to believe. Because, I mean, he screams main character, but alright. Anyways, so taking a look at Dran Sword here, of course, we have the Beyblade X logo up there, with, of course, the Karatomi logo as well. Of course, it includes Dran Sword and the launcher. And right there, you can actually see a peek at the layer, or in this case, the blade of Dran Sword, or Sword Dran. 360F, so of course those are his parts. So to kind of explain how the Beyblades work now, similarly to the burst system, they have 3 parts, right, at least early on. And that is the blade, the ratchet, and the bit. So the bit is like the driver, right, the ratchet's like a forge disc, and then the blade is obviously like an energy layer, if that makes sense. So, yeah. And of course it is attack type. Gee, how could you tell? And yeah, and you'll notice on the corner here, it actually says let it rip. So you can actually rip open the box through there, which I think is a super cool inclusion. And I really like that from the early previews that we saw of these products. Of course, on the side, you can see the Beyblade X app once again. So definitely get that on your App Store or Google Play. Now on the back, we get our stats and all that good stuff for Dran Sword. So obviously it is, once again, an attack type. And we do have, of course, the blade, which is Sword Dran. Again, don't bother with the stats because the stats are rubbish. 360 for the ratchet. And then the bit, which is flat. So, very, very cool. Of course, this includes one Beyblade X top, launcher, and a ripcord. Really, really good. Also on the side here, you can see the Xtreme Battle Set Stadium there with... Actually, that's the evolution of Dran Sword, Dran Dagger there, which I think is kind of interesting that they use this guy a lot in the promotionals from what I can see. But then again, I mean, it is kind of like the Victory Valkyrie for this generation, so fair enough. But anyhow, so spinning this sucker around. Let's go ahead and, well, let it rip. So, here we go. Let me see if I can get my finger in there. Come on. Jeez. Okay. Come on. Alright, here we go. Let me grab the tag. There we go. Alright. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Haha! That was actually nice. Okay. Let's get in. Get into the good stuff. Just rip it open. Just get in there. Yeah. Alright. Alright, I got a scissor. Alright, and there we go. So here we have our ratchet and our bit right here. And of course we get our layer of Dran Sword. Ooh, wow, it's surprisingly heavy. Alright, we got our launcher and our ripcord. Great. Alright, so moving the box out of the way. Let's take a look at what we get with Sword Dran or Dran Sword. In this case, starting with the launcher. Very nice little launcher. Of course, this is basically the X equivalent to the Proto launcher from Burst. So, of course, on the launcher, we have the Beyblade X logo right there. Hopefully the camera will focus. Yeah, you can see Beyblade X. Alright, let me see if I can get that even better. There we go. Beyblade X with the little arrow indicating where, of course, you're supposed to put your ripcord. Also included, of course, is the ripcord itself. Very small, same sort of plastic that came with the winder. And we do have the little, of course, grip at the end. So, of course, you line up the arrow with the teeth there. And then you have your Proto launcher. And then, of course, you put your Beyblade in there. 3, 2, 1. There you go. Very, very nice indeed. Although, of course, just like with Burst, the Proto launcher isn't really advised to be used as your primary launcher. Unless this is the only launcher you have, don't even bother. But it's a nice little inclusion, I guess. Especially for, like, a little starter set. So now let me go ahead and get the parts open real quick. And we'll take a look at the part by part of what we get with Dran Sword. Alright. So taking a look at the part by part, let's start off with the blade, which is Sword Dran. And wow, does he look good. Well, let me get a zoom in on that. Yeah, does he look good or what? Very nice metal as well. Because with Beyblade X, metal is back. Oh, and it is better than ever. Oh my god. But yeah, look at that. Beautiful blue with the metal and the big old dragon head. So this is the bit chip in the middle. And what's cool is that if you have it with the ratchet in there, you can actually spin the little logo around in there. So as you can see, of course, it has the dragon logo sort of motif on it with, of course, the Beyblade X text on the side, even though it's very hard to see. And it has a little arrow indicating it is right spin. Very, very cool. Of course, on the back, you have your QR code right there, so you can scan Sword Dran or Dran Sword into your Beyblade X mobile app. And yeah, very, very nice. And also another thing about Beyblade X, for the most part, no stickers. No stickers at all. Thank God we are finally free from the bane that was stickers. So that is awesome. Just putting that off to the side. Next up, we have the ratchet, which is, what was it? 360. Yeah. So the ratchet's pretty cool. Of course, you have the little click in here. Oh boy. And of course we have the little arrows there. And also if you focus on the focus, there we go. We have a little L and R on the arrow. So then again, Takara did announce fairly recently that there is going to be a left spin Beyblade X Beyblade coming. So yeah, they've been teasing this even since this was launched back in mid to late 2023 or just last year. But yeah, so we'll put this on the R for now because of course right spin. And yeah, very, very nice. Has little bumps on it. It has these little protrusions, which I presume are going to line up with the blade. So that way it will add even more attack power to the Beyblade. Very, very cool. And last but not least, we have the bit, which is flat. And you'll notice on the bits that they all have these gears. Now this ties into the main gimmick for Beyblade X, which is the Xtreme Dash, or the accelerator rail, as they call it for Hasbro. And essentially what happens is when the Beyblades hit this, they go stupid, insane fast, and they slam into each other, which is so, so cool. Back when I saw this back in 2023, like, just blew me away. At first, I was kind of skeptical about it as well, too, of like, oh god, it's just the freaking slingshot system all over again. But no, this is the slingshot system done right. You know what I mean? And I love the blue on this, too. And you'll also notice it has this little bump on it. Now, from what I understand, the bump indicates it has a higher burst resistance, because yes, if it wasn't obvious, these burst like burst bays, but they hit like Metal Fight bays. It's really, really cool. And yeah, just very, very nice little bit here. Of course, it has a little pin there, I guess, to hold the pieces together. But yeah, so it's literally just as simple as just attaching the ratchet, which goes like that, I believe. There we go. And then you just snap the bit in place. And there you have Dran Sword. And as you can see, once you have the bit inside, you can rotate the bit around. Check that out. How cool is that? But yeah, that is Dran's sword, and he looks so cool. Look at him. But again, I'm pleasantly surprised by how small these are, because from all the advertisements and whatnot, I thought these were supposed to be way, way bigger. But no, they're actually really tiny. Jeez. But yeah, so that is Dran Sword. So let's get a good 360 of him in his completed form here, and wow, does he look good. Wow, does he look good. Again, I'm very surprised that he's not the main protagonist Beyblade. I'm very, very surprised. Because to be honest, this guy screams main character, like all over the place. But he is really, really nice. And I love like the metal and just the blue just really makes him pop. So yeah, really, really nice for our first attack type for Generation 4. Or Beyblade X. So really, really neat. And actually, to do some nostalgic comparisons real quick here, let's bring in some old faces from the days of old. In this case, let's compare it to our boy, Victory Valkyrie. Feel old yet? Well, because why not, you know? Because this Beyblade, yeah, looks a little familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, like, that's big. I mean, if you had told me that this was just, like, I don't know, like, if they changed the what do you call it? The gear chip? Yeah. If they changed the gear chip to something more Valkyrie-like and you told me this was a new Valkyrie, like, honestly, I wouldn't have questioned it at all, because, I mean, it looks pretty much, like, identical, you know? Same 3 parts and everything. Wow. The future's here, isn't it? And I guess for another comparison, let's bring in the original, the OG Ace Dragon as well. Because, yeah, if someone told me that this was just a new version of Dragon from Burst, I wouldn't have questioned it. Because, again, they basically are the same guy. Like, wow. Just unbelievable. And I love the fact that already the Beyblades are starting off so small. And now how long until they become absolutely massive? How long? How long? But yeah. So there you have Dran's Sword. Really, really cool Beyblade to kick off Beyblade Generation 4. Really, really nice. Alright, we'll put him off to the side. Let's take a look at the Beyblade X Soar Phoenix launcher set next. And wow, does this look good. So from what I understand, Soar Phoenix is one of, if not the best, Beyblade X attack types of this generation. Easily one of the best. Just because its tip, gear flat, or GF, it locks onto the Xtreme line really well and absolutely sends him flying around the stadium and just slamming into his opponents. So really, really good Beyblade to kick off Beyblade Gen 4 for Hasbro. So taking a look at Beyblade, taking a look at the set here. Of course, we have the Beyblade X logo right there, and we have Soar Phoenix 960 GF right there. Of course, we have a CG render of Soar Phoenix, or Phoenix Wing if you're going by the Takara Tomy name. So, of course, that's the Deluxe launcher set. And what's also interesting is the string launcher, because this is the only way you can get the string launcher. So again, really good bundle this. Is the same string launcher that came with the original Takara Tomy release of Phoenix Wing. So that is just awesome. Again, Hasbro, I love you! But anyway, so of course over here we do get a little sneaky peek at Phoenix Wing there, or Soar Phoenix. And of course we got the Hasbro logo there as well. And I love the new logo they have for attack type. It's really cool looking. And then it says right here, pull a fast one. Yeah, wise words to live by, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, taking a look at the side here. Of course, we have, once again, the Beyblade X mobile app. So, yeah, definitely get that if you haven't already. And on the back, we get Soar Phoenix, or Phoenix Wing. Just absolutely gorgeous. So, of course, on the back, we have the text right there for Soar Phoenix, attack type, right spin. And of course we have the blade and the ratchet and the bit right there. So Soar Phoenix 960 and gear flat. Really nice. And of course you have the Let It Rip with the string launcher. And of course it is right spin. So it includes one Beyblade, X top, and string launcher. Alright, without further ado, let's crack this sucker open. So, gonna go from this end this time. So, just gonna get, let's see, is there any tape over here? Oh yeah, there is. Gotta get my scissors in there. There we go. Cut that open. Oh, and there's another bit of tape. Oh, of course there is. Come on. Let me in. Let me in. Alright, here we go. And there we go. And, oh, where's the blade? Oh, there it is. I was like, where's the blade at? Alright, so it's on this end. So how am I going to get this out? Oh, there's more tape, of course. Jeez, they really don't want this thing slipping out, do we? Or do they? Ooh, and the string launcher just comes right out. Alright. So let me see if I can get out the blade. The main bit here. There we... Oh, yeah. Oh, he's heavy. Wow. Okay, I'm impressed. Very, very heavy. Alright. So let me quickly take out his ratchet and his bit. Real quick. So, cut that open. Alright. Get all that over there. Of course, we get some more instructions here. I'm guessing these are the same instructions that came with Dran's sword and the launcher. Let me see. Yep, pretty much same instructions, but of course we do get some little blurb about the string launcher and how that works. So, and unlike the burst string launchers, these string launchers are actually really, really good from what I've heard. Very little issues with breakage, thank God. So, I'm folding the instructions back up. Alright, let's take a look at what we get in the set. Starting off, of course, with the string launcher. So zoom in on that. Very, very nice string launcher. Again, literally the exact same one that you would get from the Takara Tomy version, and it's in a really nice red color. Very nice, very big. Nice sort of plastic already, just from kind of handling it a little bit. And, of course, at the top it does say Beyblade X string launcher. So, of course, you would lock your Beyblade on there, put it on there, lock it, and then you just pull the string. Ooh, and the string is nice and good on this one, as you can see. Very nice string. I believe this is the exact same string, if they can focus. Focus on that. Yeah, I think it's the same exact string that they used on the Dynamite Battle launchers. So that's really nice. And ooh, it goes out a good length, too. And of course, you can't see, but it goes well off camera. So, really nice long launcher. So, but yeah, really, really nice. Though, from what I've heard, the string launchers aren't very consistent, but they do have pretty good power from what I've seen. So, very, very cool inclusion. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the main event, which is, of course, the Beyblade itself. Starting with the blade, we have Phoenix Wing, or Soar Phoenix. And wow, is he pretty. Yeah, so this is one of few Beyblade X bays that actually has what they call the metal coat. So all of this you see right here, all the red, yeah, that's all paint. Now, from what Takara says, or claims, is that the paint will help with performance and will aid in the Beyblade's weight. I think that's complete boosh, but hey, you do you, Takara Tomy. But no, the actual Beyblade itself is really, really heavy. That's one of the big marketing claims with Phoenix Wing, is that it's one of, if not the heaviest Beyblade X blades that you can get right now, with the current system. So, I think now is a really good time to get into the different systems for Beyblade X. So right now we have two lines. What we have here at launch is the basic line. And for Takara Tomy, we have the unique line, which currently only has, I believe, 4 different Beyblades in it. So, Dran Buster, Hell's Hammer, Wizard Rod, and Shinobi Shadow. So, very, very cool. And hopefully soon Hasbro will be giving us unique line, because it looks really, really promising. But anyways, back to Phoenix Wing here. Love the gear chip motif of this Phoenix sort of swooping at you. Really cool design. Of course, it has a little Beyblade X logo, which of course is obscured by the wing, and you have the arrow to indicate it is right spin. Very, very nice indeed. Of course, on the back, we do have the QR code, so you can scan Phoenix Wing or Soar Phoenix into your Beyblade X mobile app. So very, very cool indeed. And love the attack points on this. I mean, look at how aggressive that blade is. Wow. Yeah, this thing does a number from what I've heard and seen on video. So really, really cool looking Beyblade. And even in hand, I wish you guys could feel, this blade is heavy. Like a good bit heavier than our boy Dran's sword here. But anyhow, moving that off to the side. Next up, we get the ratchet, which is excuse me, 960. So of course 9 coming from the 9 different blades around the ratchet, and then 60 I believe is for the height. So that's how it's going to go for Beyblade X, is that, right, the number indicates the amount of protrusions coming off of the ratchet, and then the number comes from the height. So this I believe is what, 60 millimeters, I guess, would be the height. But yeah, very nice red. Of course, it's already on the right spin mode, but of course you can also switch it to left spin. But of course we'll leave it on the right spin for now. But yeah, really nice little ratchet. And last but not least, we have the bit, which is gear flat. Now, as you can see, compared to Sword Dran's flat, it's much, much more. See the gears go much closer to the tip than it does with flat. So this is supposed to aid in the extreme dash gimmick of the stadium, or the extreme line, right? So that's what that's supposed to help with. And Yeah, really nice black. And of course it has a notch up top, which means it should have higher burst resistance. So very, very exciting indeed. So of course, to assemble your Phoenix wing, all you're going to do is take the ratchet and you're going to twist it this way, like that, and that should lock it in place. And then you just attach your bit like that. And there you have Phoenix wing. 960 gear flat. What a beauty. And how awesome that right at the start we already have a really pretty Phoenix Beyblade. So very, very happy that right at the start we get a really nice Phoenix. So very, very cool indeed. So again, just really, really nice looking design. I love the red and the gold, just really makes it pop. The clear plastic also really adds to the sort of energy aesthetic. And now on top of the red 960 and the gear flat, just really sells this Beyblade for me. Very, very cool design. So very, very happy with this release for sure. And I'm so happy to finally have Phoenix Wing in my within my soon-to-be massive collection, hopefully, of these Beyblade X-Bays. So very, very cool indeed. And also for quick comparison, here we have our sword Dran, or Dran sword, next to him. So you guys can see how those two look together. Again, the differences are pretty obvious here, but same sort of design. Philosophy, right? 3 blades that are supposed to absolutely just smash your opponent to bits. And man, I'm sure these guys are going to go stupidly fast in the stadium. But of course, that's for later in the video. But really, really cool release of Phoenix Wing. So we're going to take one more jump cut, and then we're going to move on to the main event. The starters, the Xtreme Battle Set Stadium. So, see you guys in a second. Alright guys, so my apologies for the change in scenery here. We are now in my collection room, since I need a lot more room to actually show off this set. So, taking a look at the set here. You guys should be able to see. So we have the Beyblade X logo right here, with of course you get your 2 Beyblades there, Dagger Dran or Dran Dagger, and already a Hasbro exclusive design, Tusk Mammoth. Yeah, so really, really exciting stuff for this. Of course we got promo shots. It does this, that, the other. Includes our 2 Beyblades, 2 proto launchers, and the Xtreme Battle Set Stadium. And of course at the top here we have the Beyblade X logo right there, with of course our Dagger Dran and our Tusk Mammoth. And on the side here, of course, we get some promo shots here for Survivor Finish, Knockout, Burst, and Extreme Finish. Now on the back, we get a full shot of the Beyblades there. Of course, my finger's kind of obscuring the Beyblade X logo at the top. We get the parts for Dran Dagger, so of course it comes with Dagger Dran, or Dran Dagger, 460, and Rush for the bit. And then Tusk Mammoth, our first balance type, so it is balance type there, as you can see. Really cool logo for balance type. Tusk Mammoth, 360, Taper. Yes, so very, very cool. So now let's go ahead and get this sucker up. Ugh. All right, come on. Get in there. Yes, okay. Oh, and the stadium's just right there. Okay, hi. A lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Pull that out. Nothing else in the box, so get over there. Okay. So we get a little box inside, which of course has our, oh boy, it has a bunch of stuff in there. Got some pins. We got our 2 Pro launchers in here. And we get the 2 Beyblades hiding right at the bottom. Yep. So there's our Tusk Mammoth. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is Tusk Mammoth, or Mammoth Tusk. And we have our Dran Dagger, or Dagger Dran, right there. So very, very cool inclusion. And it's kind of a shame this is the only way to get our first Hasbro exclusive, let alone Dagger Dran or Dran Dagger, who is basically our Victory Valkyrie for this generation, if you think about it. So, of course, we get some instructions in here for how to put the Beyblade together and how to battle within the stadium. So we'll get rid of that. And then we get the Xtreme Set Stadium, which does look very, very nice. Very nice green. Again, surprisingly smaller than you think it'd be. So, of course, you have the protective top. And you have this whole bit in the center that you got to pull out. Of course, very, very carefully. All right. And there is the base of our Xtreme Stadium. So let me add the instructions here. And let's see how we put together the Xtreme Battle Set Stadium. Okay, so we need the clips, which are right here. Let's see if I can open those up. All right. So we get, looks like 4 little clips. Yep, just 4 little clips is all it is. Of course, we have the top clip, which has a little X marked into it. And is there a bottom to these? Nope, it's just the top part. You just snap that in. Okay. So we take this end, put it like that, okay, and then you just click them in. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then 1 more in the back. And 4. And that's our Xtreme Battle Set Stadium, which is really, really nice. And you'll notice right away this big green line right here. That's the Xtreme line, and that's what the Beyblades hit to create the Xtreme Dash, which is so, so cool. And that's how the Beyblades go flying around and slamming into each other. So, and you guys will see that here in just a bit. But let's go ahead and take a look at, actually, let's take a look at the Hasbro exclusive first, with Tusk Mammoths. Let me quickly get him out of the box, or out of the baggie here, and then we'll give him a part by part. So grab that, get out the ratchet, and last but not least, the bit. All right, let's put that all over there. And, oh, actually, before I forget, let me take a look at the black proto launchers you get. So literally the exact same launchers that we got with our Dran sword, just in black. And you get 2 of them. So that is great. So that's the 1. And then we have 2. So 2 proto launchers. Very cool. All right, so now taking a look at the part by part. Let's start with the blade, which is Tusk Mammoth, or Mammoth Tusk. And wow, does this guy look good up close and personal. So, of course, it is obviously a woolly mammoth, if you couldn't tell. And it's a good interpretation of a woolly mammoth. Very nice, sort of, obviously, woolly mammoth logo on the gear chip, with the Beyblade X logo hidden on the side there, and the arrow which indicates this is right spin. Really do like the launcher prongs too. Almost look like little jaws or something. And then you have, of course, the blade itself, which obviously has 2 woolly mammoths sort of glaring at you, which looks really, really cool. And sadly, this Beyblade isn't exactly new. What do I mean by this? Yes, it is Hasbro exclusive, but with every Hasbro exclusive, it's basically just a remold of a pre-existing design. In this case, this is a remold of Hell Scythe or Scythe Incendio. So, literally just the same thing as that Beyblade, but just with smoother edges. Really kind of a shame that they couldn't make this like a proper exclusive, but I'm not complaining because this guy's really, really cool. And I love the purple to him as well. Of course, on the back, you do have the QR code, so that way you can scan Tusk Mammoth into your Beyblade X mobile app. And yeah, very, very solid blade. And of course, being metal and whatnot, he's pretty heavy for how small he is. But yeah, so that is your Tusk Mammoth, or Mammoth Tusk, very, very cool looking. And of course we have the ratchet, which is 360. So obviously 3 coming from the 3 prongs on the ratchet, and then 60 coming from the height. So very, very cool. It's a very nice pink. Of course you can do the left or right spin modes. Very, very cool indeed. You get that in a nice pinkish purple. Last but not least, we have the bit, which is taper. And yeah, taper is basically like a HF or whole flat for this generation, kind of. And of course, you do have the little teeth right there for the, of course, the Xtreme line on the stadium over there. And it comes in this very nice sort of magenta purple. And it does have that notch on there, which once again indicates that it has high burst resistance. So, very, very cool. And of course, to put them together, just line up the ratchet. Whoop. Make sure it's on the right rotation. Yes, it is. Okay. And you twist it. Yeah, you want to twist it, what's that, counterclockwise. Yeah. And then you just snap in the bit. And there you have Tusk Mammoth or Mammoth Tusk. Very, very pretty. Again, love the purple on him. So, just so, got a little hair on there. Get off. Get off. All right, anyway. Very, very nice design here for a Tusk Mammoth. Or Mammoth Tusk. Very, very cool. All right, let's now take a look at our Dran Dagger, or Dagger Dran. So, very, very cool looking. And from what I've seen from the advertising, Dran Dagger is supposed to be more designed for barrage attacks. So he's supposed to be really, really good attacker. So really nice that we get him at the very, very start of this of Generation 4. So, and from what I've seen, it performs pretty darn well. So let's go ahead and crack this sucker open. And let's take a look at him, part by part. So first up, we have the blade, which is Dran Dagger, or Dagger Dran, and wow, does he look good. I mean, I love the fact that already in his second form, we already have the dragon head looking to the side with the flame sort of, emitting from its jaws. Very, very nice looking on this white gear chip. Of course, I had the Beyblade X logo right there, and the arrow to indicate that he is in fact right spin. So very, very cool. Love the blue on him too, just very, very nice blue. And of course we get all these different blades. So we got one big blade here, one small blade there, right? So he's just gonna absolutely just attack, attack, attack all the time. So very, very cool. And of course on the back we do have the QR code, so that way you can scan Dran Dagger or Dagger Dran into your Beyblade X mobile app. And yeah, this guy is really, really nice. So again, really happy that we get him at the very, very start of Gen 4. Next up, we have the ratchet, which is 460. So 4, again, for the 4 protrusions on the ratchet, and then 60 for the height. Of course, just like any other ratchet, it has the left and right spin configuration. So just like that, it is now, if I look at it, it's in left, and if we click it this way, it's now in its right configuration. So very, very cool for Dagger Dran here. And again, you get that in a very nice blue. And last but not least, you get the bit, which is Rush. So Rush is designed to be way more aggressive than Flat, and it's supposed to hit the Xtreme line a lot easier and more frequently. So very, very nice. And even the reduced gear ratio, I believe, is supposed to also help with this whole focus on speed. And once again, it does have the notch, which once again indicates that it is high burst resistance. Now, I don't know specifically if it's supposed to be a bigger notch or a smaller notch, but all I know so far is that if it has a notch, that means it has high burst resistance. So that is really cool. So, of course, putting our Dagger Dran together, just like that, and then just snapping in our bit. There we have Dran Dagger. And yeah, he looks awesome. Very nice blue once again. And it seems to be our main boy for Beyblade Generation 4. So very, very nice. And for a quick comparison, let's bring in his battle buddy here, Mammoth Tusk, or Tusk Mammoth. And yeah, I think these two are ready for battle. Aren't you guys? So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the stadium, and then let's get into some battles. So very, very exciting indeed. So now let's take a look at the Xtreme Battle Set Stadium. So pulling it up here real quick. Of course, on the front, got some dog hair on it already. It's barely been out of the box, and already it's collecting dust and gook. Alright, we have the Beyblade X logo at the top of the protective barrier there. Beyblade X logo on the front. And we do have Tomy Vietnam, Hasbro, Takara Tomy. So finally the two brands are collaborating, and therefore we shouldn't have another Beyblade Burst Turbo now, will we? Anyways, we're taking a look at the stadium now. You can see once again the black with the green Xtreme line, which again the Beyblades will hit, and that will help increase their speed as they slam into each other. So how exactly do Beyblade X battles work now with this new system? So essentially, right, as it's shown on the box, which let me pull that up real quick. You have, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4 ways to get a victory during a Beyblade X match. So you have Survivor Finish, which of course you outspin your opponent. You have Knockouts, which is where you hit the Beyblade into one of the two pits to knock them out. And then you have the Burst, which of course is just like how it was back in Beyblade Burst, where the Beyblade takes enough damage, it will burst. And unlike with Beyblade Burst, thankfully, the bits, more times than not, stay inside the ratchet, so it makes reassembling the Beyblades much, much easier and much more quick and efficient, that's the word. And then the Xtreme Finish, which is where the Beyblade hits the Xtreme line, smashes it out, and hits it into this pit right here. So, very, very cool for Beyblade X. And unlike the Takara Tomy Stadium, this is actually somewhat modified in the sense that it's smaller than the Takara Tomy Stadium, which, from what I can understand, is quite a bit larger. But again, due to, of course, the difference in marketing and, of course, you know, budget costs, in our case, maybe they had to make it smaller. But that is perfectly fine by me because I still think this stadium looks absolutely incredible. It should be a lot of fun to battle in. So let me go ahead and zoom out a bit. And let's grab some Beyblades and let's have some battles. So, very, very excited indeed. So, who are we going to pick first? Let's see. Let's go with Tusk Mammoth versus Dran Sword. Alright, let's see how these two battle. Alright, so let's put on the launcher like that. Alright, 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Ooh, yeah! Woo! Look at that! Alright, let's go, Dran Sword! Come on, baby! Wow! Woo-hoo! Okay, Survivor Finish to Dran Sword. Oh, that was awesome. Alright, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Alright, 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Alright. Dran Sword! Woo! Alright, knockout to Dran Sword. So you can see now how they hit the Xtreme line and how they go flying into the middle like that. It's so, so cool. Really, really neat. Alright, let's do one more battle with these two and then let's switch off. Alright, 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Alright, come on, Dran Sword. Ooh, big hit. Wow! Okay, and Dran Sword won the match again. Wow, Dran Sword is really good compared to Tusk Mammoth. Good God. Like, Tusk Mammoth, pick it up. Alright, anyways, so let's move on to the next battle here, which let's see. Dran Dagger versus Phoenix Wing. Yeah, let's see how these two do. So, this should be interesting. Alright. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Come on, Phoenix Wing! Woo! Okay. Hit him! Hit him! Yeah! Alright. Phoenix Wing won with Survivor Finish. Oh, how awesome. Alright. Let's do another match. Alright. I think I'll launch, we'll start with Phoenix Wing here. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Woo! Okay. There's one flaw with the Hasbro Stadium. It is very easy for them to do that, for them to spin out and just knock themselves out. So you gotta be kind of careful with how fast you launch these. So let's do maybe a softer launch. Oh, wow. Okay, look at how much it hits the Xtreme. Alright, 3 down. Alright, come on, Grand Dagger. Oh, yeah! Alright, and he takes it. Very, very nice. Alright. So, Survivor finish, once again, for Dran Dagger. Very, very cool. Alright, let's do one more match with these two and see who wins. Whoa, big hit! Woo! Oh, yeah, and another Survivor finish for Dran Dagger. Very, very nice. Alright. Let's do another match. In this case, let's do one more. Let's do Dran Sword versus Phoenix Wing. Yes, let's see who's going to win between these two. I'm betting on Dran Sword. What are you guys betting on? Because I'm betting on Dran Sword right now, because Dran Sword is kind of cooking. So, Phoenix Wing, you got to pick it up, my guy. Ooh, knockouts from Dran Sword. Wow, right as he hit the Xtreme line, too. How very cool. Alright. Alright. Just do another round. Oh, shoot. Self-knockout again. Alright. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. I have to remember to launch a little bit softer. I can't go as hard as, say, the Takara Stadium. Whoa! Right away, knockout finish for Dran Sword. Wow, good job, dude. Yeah. All right. So I think with that, guys, that's going to wrap it up for my review on Beyblade Generation 4. Wow, what an amazing start to this generation. So already we have 2 solid attackers. Actually, no, 3 solid attackers and 1 balance type. Of course, I still have yet to get the other starters. Of course, there's whole single packs that you can get. And hopefully I'll be getting more of those for review, so definitely stay tuned. But for now, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please make sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, excuse me, and ring the notification bell, so that way you guys get notified for all my uploads. And do let me know in the comments what other things you want to see from Beyblade X, because trust me, I have so much more planned, because already I am so into Beyblade X. But with that being said, guys, live a Reed Squad, and have a good one.